In a world where celebrities keep their emotions locked behind perfect smiles, one actor dared to bare his heart for the world to see. Soo Kai broke down in tears, shouting the name that has held his heart captive for years, Tan Songyun. Stay with us, because this is not just a story of love. It's a rare glimpse into vulnerability, courage, and the secret life of a star beloved by millions worldwide. For years, Soo Kai has been admired for his calm demeanor, magnetic presence, and seemingly unshakable poise. Audiences around the world have known him as the composed, almost untouchable actor from iconic roles in Story of Yenchi Palace and ancient love poetry, a figure who exudes confidence, charm, and perfection in every frame. Yet behind this carefully maintained exterior lay a heart burdened with emotions he had kept hidden from everyone, even those who admired him most. In the world of entertainment, vulnerability is often seen as weakness, and to Soo Kai, revealing his deepest feelings could have meant risking not only his reputation, but also the delicate balance of a love that had quietly grown over the years. Every smile captured by cameras, every interview answered with grace, had been part of an unspoken performance, a mask to protect both himself and the one who held his heart. But even the strongest masks can eventually crack. During a recent interview that was meant to be routine, Soo Kai was asked a seemingly simple question: who makes you feel most like yourself? The moment the words reached him, something inside shifted. His chest tightened, his voice faltered, and the carefully constructed persona he had worn for so long began to dissolve. In that instant, the world saw not the flawless celebrity, but a man stripped of pretense, standing face to face with the truth of his emotions. The studio fell silent as his breath caught and his eyes glistened with tears. No script prompted his reaction, no stage direction prepared him for this exposure. What emerged was raw, honest, and profoundly human. With a trembling voice, he spoke the name that had long been etched in his heart, a name that revealed a love he had guarded fiercely, Tan Songyun. This single confession shattered the illusion of invulnerability that fans had come to associate with Soo Kai. It revealed the complexity beneath his public image, showing a man capable of deep emotion, intense affection, and unyielding loyalty. The moment was a poignant reminder that behind every celebrated star lies a private story, a life lived away from the cameras, filled with the same uncertainties, hopes, and fears that all humans experience. Soo Kai's vulnerability did more than surprise viewers. It created a bridge between the idol and his audience, inviting millions to witness the profound humanity hidden behind a public figure. In exposing the heart he had long kept secret, Soo Kai transformed an ordinary interview into a timeless moment of honesty, connection, and the quiet power of love finally allowed to surface. Their love began not with grand gestures or public declarations, but in the quiet, fleeting moments that most would overlook. On set, between takes and behind the cameras, Soo Kai and Tan Songyun shared a connection that defied the rules of performance. At first glance, their interaction seemed professional, carefully measured, but for those who observed closely, there were subtle signs that revealed a deeper bond. A glance held a moment longer than necessary, a hand brushing against another with unintended tenderness, a shared smile that lingered in the space between lines, all spoke volumes without a single word being exchanged. Over time, these small, almost imperceptible actions became the silent language of their hearts, a language that needed no script and demanded no audience. Soo Kai, who had spent years cultivating an image of composure and restraint, found in Tan Songyun a mirror to his truest self. With her, he could lower his guard, let go of the masks required by fame, and simply exist without pretense. It was in these private moments that he discovered the profound comfort of being fully seen and understood. Tan Songyun, in her quiet strength, never pressured him to reveal himself or demand grand proclamations. Instead, she offered patience, consistency, and an unwavering presence, creating a space where love could breathe and flourish away from the public eye. This unobtrusive support gave him courage and serenity, a rare gift in an industry defined by scrutiny, expectation, and the relentless glare of cameras. Even the crew and fans who glimpsed their interactions sensed the depth of their connection, though few could articulate it. Soo Kai's attentiveness, the thoughtful gestures and moments of shared laughter, hinted at a relationship built on trust and genuine affection. Yet, despite this closeness, both remained careful, aware that any exposure could disrupt the delicate equilibrium of their private world. Their love existed in the shadows, flourishing quietly, resilient against the pressures of public attention and the risks inherent in a high-profile career. This hidden romance illustrates the power of intimacy cultivated away from spectacle, showing that true connection often thrives in moments unnoticed by the world. It is a love defined not by visibility or approval, but by mutual respect, empathy, and the freedom to be oneself. In the shadows, Soo Kai and Tan Songyun's bond deepened, leaving traces of emotion that would eventually surface, captivating the hearts of millions who would come to witness not just their public personas, but the genuine, tender humanity that exists behind the spotlight. After years of quietly nurturing his feelings, Soo Kai reached a point where silence was no longer sustainable. The weight of unspoken emotions, the constant balancing act of maintaining a flawless public image while harboring a love so deep and personal, became almost unbearable. On set, during what was meant to be just another routine day of filming, the pressures that had been building over the years converged. Fatigue, expectation, and the longing to reveal his truth culminated in a moment so fragile and intense that it could not be contained. Every glance, every suppressed word, every restrained sigh from countless past encounters surged forward, breaking the dam that had held them all back. It was then that Soo Kai, standing under the studio lights, allowed himself to be fully vulnerable. His voice trembled as he called out, not to an audience or a camera, but to the one person who had quietly held his heart for years. "It has to be you," he cried, the words raw and unfiltered, carrying the weight of countless hidden moments and unshared confessions. There was no pretense, no performance, no rehearsed gesture. What emerged was a pure human expression of longing and devotion, an acknowledgement of love that had lived in the shadows for too long. Those present on set, and those watching from afar, felt the intensity of the moment, its authenticity undeniable and profoundly moving. In that instant, the carefully constructed image of the untouchable star dissolved. Soo Kai was no longer simply a celebrity admired for his talent and composure. He was a man stripped of pretense, bearing his heart openly for all to witness. The confession was not just about romantic love. It was a testament to courage, to the strength required to embrace vulnerability in a world that often demands perfection. Tan Songyun's presence, whether physical or simply in his thoughts, had become a lifeline, the one constant that allowed him to risk this exposure. The act of calling her name aloud was both a declaration and a release, an acknowledgement that some truths cannot remain hidden without eroding the spirit.
This breaking point transformed the ordinary into the extraordinary.
It was a moment of unguarded humanity, a rare glimpse of the emotional reality behind fame and artistry. Through his tears and trembling voice, Soo Kai reminded the world that even those who seem invincible can be deeply affected by love, that vulnerability is not weakness, and that the courage to reveal one's heart can create connections that transcend screens, borders, and expectations. The intensity and authenticity of this moment left an indelible mark on everyone who witnessed it, turning a simple confession into a universal story of longing, honesty, and the profound power of love. What makes this story so captivating is not only the romance, but the courage it represents. Soo Kai reminded the world that true love is not about spectacle or applause. It's about connection, empathy, and showing up for the person who sees you for who you really are. Their love story inspires millions to embrace vulnerability, to cherish the quiet moments, and to recognize that even in a world obsessed with appearances, authenticity always shines through. Fans immediately rallied behind Soo Kai's confession. Hashtags like "It Has to Be You" spread like wildfire, sparking global discussions. Social media lit up with excitement, support, and heartfelt messages of hope. Rumors of engagement swirl, sightings in shared neighborhoods emerge, yet the pair remain grounded, letting love grow quietly. For the audience, this story is a reminder that some of the most powerful emotions are expressed in silence, trust, and dedication, not headlines or paparazzi flashes. Soo Kai's tearful confession is more than a celebrity moment. It's a lesson in courage, vulnerability, and the timeless beauty of love that refuses to hide. Whether their story officially unfolds or continues in quiet moments, one thing is clear: it has touched millions of hearts around the world. If you were moved by this story, inspired by their courage, or simply love hearing real, heartfelt moments from your favorite stars, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Join us at News Stars CN for more stories that touch the heart, inspire, and entertain. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to follow our channel for exclusive updates on the world's most beloved stars. See you in the next story.